So
What
not
is
fun, but
fun? I'm an adult and I go to work. Hey y'all, welcome back to the Sister Series.
welcome
I'm
back.
Mariah and I'm here with my good sister Elise.
Hey y'all.
How are you, sister?
I'm great. I've had a wonky week, but we did some fun things this week. I got 2 tattoos this week. I'll show you one. I got you can't see. But anyways, it's my maiden name in my dad's handwriting. So I really
That's so
love this tattoo.
special.
Yeah, and then I got this one, which is my dog's ear.
Oh, Jazzy,
There.
we love
So those
you.
Yeah, so those are fun things. But this week has been a weird week. It's been wonky. There's been some weird feelings going on. I'm pretty sure it's that time of the month, TMI, on its way. So I'm pretty hormonal, emotional. But other than that, all is well. And we're still kicking. How are you, sister?
You know what? I am surviving, not necessarily thriving, but I have the potential to thrive. So
Yes.
that's what I am, surviving, and I have the potential to thrive. That's
Yeah.
what I'm gonna say.
LOL, the potential is cracking me up. But yes, you are so right. You're so right. I get it. What's a good thing?
Listen,
What's a fun thing you did this week?
I mean, you just gonna put me on the spot like that? The
I mean, you don't have
fun.
to. So
What
not
is
fun, but
fun? I'm an adult and I go to work.
not fun, but like something memorable, like something.
Okay, Elise, I went to your house and I tried on my bridesmaid dresses. And we decided on one. So I bought 3 dresses and then we ranked them, I guess, kind of based on what we liked. So we chose one and I was going to return the other 2, but I'm actually not going to return the other 2. I'm just going to keep them.
LOL. See, this is what I knew you were gonna do. I knew it. I said you're ordering these dresses, claiming you're gonna return them, and they're not gonna get returned. And here we are.
Well, okay,
Proving me
listen
right.
why. Because not this weekend, but next weekend, I have to go to a birthday party and it's kind of like a formal event. And she
Okay.
said to wear your best black, whatever.
Period.
And I have some black, but it's kind of like not formal black. So I was like, okay, that means I need another black dress. So check that box.
Yeah.
And then you just never know when I'm going to need another one. So
That's so true. You can't have too many black little cute cocktail or
this
formal
is
dresses.
true.
So you have a good array of options. Like one can go a little bit more cocktaily and the other one can go
Yes,
very formal. So that's a good
exactly.
idea.
And
I
then Austin
support it
might want to
now.
take me on a date. I'm overdue if he's
Hint,
listening to
hint,
this
hint,
podcast.
hint,
I have my dress ready. I'm ready.
hint, hint, brother. That was
Get
yes,
it
that
together.
was fun. You know, I am getting my bridesmaids ask me like, "How are you feeling?" Hey, I am getting there. You know, fun stuff is coming in for the wedding, and I'm unwrapping stuff, and I'm like, "Oh, this is cute," and then I throw it in the wedding corner, and I'll circle back in August. But other than that, it's exciting when things like that, like your bridesmaids come over and show you their dress. That's the fun part. So I'm excited for that fun stuff to happen.
Wedding planning is like one of the most special but stressful things I think I've ever planned. And like, I don't think I liked it until the day of. It was like all these check boxes, all these lists, all these things you have to make sure you're doing. And then you're like, dang, this is a lot for one event. And then you get to the end of the aisle and you see the man. You really see your reflection and you're like, look how special I look. Look how cute I am.
Oh,
no,
period. I'm over here like, yes.
But yes, the day of is going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time. And Jared gets excited. I get excited when Jared gets excited. So that's the fun stuff in it all.
Yes. Okay, y'all. When y'all were here last week, we told y'all about some changes that we were going to make to this podcast. So you will hear some of them this week. Bear with us because they may change again. But we have some new segments for y'all. This first segment, we got to start this out. We want to have some candid conversations. And, you know, this is a sister podcast. We welcome the brothers as well. But with your sisters, you want to be open and you want to be real. So this week, I want to talk about natural deodorant. Let me tell y'all, it's not for everybody. You cannot let my sisters go out like this. So let me tell you, natural deodorant, I'm thinking is something, I think it's a healthier version. It's not an antiperspirant. You're going to sweat a lot. But let me tell you, when you sweat, that deodorant is not going to tame the funk, and it is a lot, and it is not good for you or anybody else. Natural deodorant, if you live anywhere where it's 75 degrees or hotter, throw it away. I was gonna say like save it, throw it away. The natural deodorant is not for us. It's just not. So if you're going to wear, if you insist, you got to really clean under those pits. Don't use your hands. Use a towel, a rag. The old people call it a rag. You need a rag. Clean your arms with a rag first, a washcloth, something, and then apply your natural deodorant. 30 minutes later, apply it again.
I'm screaming.
2 minutes later, put on the real deodorant. The natural deodorant is not going to work. Okay, guys, I am just here to tell you that. I am a supporter of natural, healthy options, but you can get deodorant with without aluminum. So just try the aluminum-free version of deodorant. Throw the natural stuff away. Leave it at the store. It's not for us. I love y'all, sister.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute right now. Wait, what
Listen.
are some examples of natural deodorants
This
that
is a
people are
candid
using?
conversation. The brand that comes to mind most often is Native, and I support Native. I buy
Oh,
Native for my youngest kid who's 7. I
okay.
used to buy it for my daughter who is now in full bloom puberty. Ooh, it won't even touch her. Woo!
Okay,
It
I
won't
use
touch
Native's LOL. I use their body wash, and I think it smells so good. So
Yeah.
so when you were saying natural deodorants, I was thinking like, are we using baking powder, baking soda, or whatever? And how some people like fully natural is what I
Yeah.
thought you were thinking. So natural brands of deodorant are not. It's not doing the job for
It's
us.
not.
I get it.
I don't know what's in it. I know what's not in it. Something to help the funk stay away. I don't even know. Like, I don't have the science behind all of it. I just know the natural deodorants, they don't work.
Okay, I
Somebody
get
may
that.
have a different experience. I don't know. Maybe I did hear my friend who's a vegan. She says she don't really need deodorant. Maybe it's the diet that we eat. But most of the people that I know are not vegan, so y'all need regular deodorant. And this is coming from a place of love because I tried it too and I was like, is that me?
LOL.
No. Immediately no. I had to go back.
Man, I almost bought the Native deodorant, but it is so expensive. I was like, no, thank you. Back to my secret. Or
You
back
will
to
sweat. You will pour sweat under your arms. It'll be like your water breaking from under your arms.
Really?
Because it's not an antiperspirant. It doesn't, I don't think. Now, I could be wrong. Somebody correct me. I'm pretty sure it's not an antiperspirant. So, like, it doesn't keep you from sweating. It's just a deodorant. And from what I understand, what's the difference from deodorant and antiperspirant? Antiperspirant keeps you from sweating. And does deodorant just, like, make you smell better?
Mask the funk.
Maybe. But let me tell you, if your kiddo is in puberty, I'm speaking from experience, they need a full strength deodorant.
Wow.
The
Wow.
Native is no longer going to work.
This candid conversation, you came out the gate swinging, and we applaud you.
I'm
We
trying to help
applaud
the
you.
people.
And listen, they need to hear it. I work in a school, and the way these children smell should be studied. Should be studied. They're probably using those natural deodorants, and I understand why we're here.
I told you. Tomorrow when you go to school, watch, you're going to be like, you got a
Oh, and
Native, don't you?
tomorrow is field day, so I will be able to test the theory and let y'all know after I
Why don't you
unlock.
test it on yourself, Elise, and report back?
Absolutely not.
One day at school, like, nobody's there to judge you. They'll just be like, what is Elise going through? One day.
No, my biggest fear, I forgot to put on deodorant one morning at work, and I Instacarted deodorant to my job.
I remember this conversation.
Yes, I Instacarted one stick of deodorant to my job because I had a meeting I couldn't leave, and I said no, you won't catch me slipping. And now that deodorant stays in my drawer.
Yes, I have deodorant in my work drawer. I have deodorant in my the console in my car, and then I have deodorant in my work bag. Like, if y'all smell me, let me know because something ain't right. Because I have deodorant in all those places. Something is not right. And let a sister know. Help your sisters out. If your sister was musty, would you tell them?
Absolutely. And if about anything, don't be afraid of hurting my feelings. Tell me,
Same, because we're
I'm
human.
walking around looking stupid because you didn't tell me anything that I smell like an onion patch.
Or that I have a booger hanging out my nose. Like, that's
Right.
easy. Just you tell me, I'm gonna go get it out and we're gonna move on with life. Don't let me be embarrassed.
Right, respectfully. Just be like, if I smelled Mariah, I'd be like, sister.
And you probably have.
You got some deodorant? No, I haven't actually. Not that I remember. But I would be like, you got some deodorant on you? Just
We've definitely
touch up.
been outside together. But that means my deodorant's working.
Right. And that's all that matters.
It's because I don't wear native or natural deodorant because I
Hello.
slather these pits with what do I use? I use Secret with no aluminum because I don't need none of my secrets being told.
LOL, I was just about to ask you, what deodorant do you use? I use Secret, but I don't think I use the no aluminum.
Yeah. I need to say I sweat more with it, but it's not like stinky sweat. But then I think that goes back to the baseline. Like, you got to clean the baseline before you put the deodorant on. I think I need to drop that tidbit in there. Make sure
we're not masking
clean
sweat.
The baseline, and teach your kids that. And this is for real. I'm not trying to be funny, a little bit, but it's real life. Like, the kids need to know you cannot put deodorant over must.
Absolutely.
Because you must go fix that smell.
Literally that. This is a great lesson. Great lesson.
And
I love it.
That is all I have for Candid Conversations. Find me next week for more tips and life hacks in Candid Conversations.
Boom. I love the conversation. That was a great thing. It's for people of all ages, from young to old. So y'all look at them deodorant tubes, and if it says natural, throw it away. Get the one without the aluminum.
Or give it to like a 5-year-old that you know. Kids need deodorant earlier these days.
Yeah.
And it's life. It's all this food we're eating with these hormones. The kids ain't kidsing like they used to. So
they're not.
You can try it on a kid. I would say anybody that hasn't entered puberty, go ahead and ship all that native deodorant to them.
LOL, I'm screaming. Well, thank you so much for that candid conversation. It was well needed. So I am going to move it along to our topic for the day. And this is something that we will probably rarely do in our podcast. We'll probably rarely talk about like TV shows or things like that. But there's one TV show in particular
we are excited
that I just think we need to discuss because it is so good. And I think you either love it or you hate it, but most people that I have met love it. And that TV show is called Paradise, starring pew, pew, pew,
Speaking of love it or hate it, real quick. Yes. I didn't know anybody hated it until I got on, was it Reddit today?
Yeah.
I was looking for some discussion questions because I was like, I mean, I know what I want to talk about, but what are the people talking about? And there were some haters on there talking about like, it's just TV. It's so TV, like not real life. And I'm just like, let us bask in this fakeness.
Great piece of work.
Okay. Like, it's okay.
And there's some people that are like, I just couldn't get into it. And I'm like, okay, you can have your own opinion. But as somebody who does not get into TV shows outside of Real Housewives.
Who only watches the Real Housewives.
Yes. Only watch the Real Housewives and like reality TV. Yeah. I am so shocked that I got so into this show. And I think because it is a really good mix of semi-reality mixed with a tidbit of sci-fi. It's not a real thing, but there are real people issues in it mixed with this sci-fi piece. And I think that's what hooked.
Is what I thought was going to turn me off because I don't watch a ton of TV, but when I do, I'm not checking for the sci-fi stuff. I'm like, Star Wars, never seen it. Star Trek, what is that? I don't know. What are the other sci-fi movies? It's just not my thing. So I was like, I don't know. But it did take me, the first episode, I was like, oh, that was okay. Like, let me keep watching because if this is what the whole season is going to be about, I'm not about to finish this. But after that, I was hooked and I was like, yes.
Yes. Before we get into the nitty gritty of Paradise, I want to announce that this is a spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Yes. If you have not watched or finished Paradise, just turn it off now. Take your candid conversation about the deodorant and go.
Get out. We have things to talk about.
Yes.
All right. So if you have not seen Paradise and you plan to watch Paradise in the future, go ahead and exit stage left. Let's get into it.
We'll miss
So
you.
bye.
Bye.
This series stars Sterling K. Brown, and like I said before, I think we've mentioned this. He needs his flowers while he's walking this
Right
earth.
meow.
He is an actor. Okay. He's an
Period.
actor. And it starts
Oh.
off with Sterling K. Brown, and he is the head security person for agent for the president. Now, in the beginning of the show, Mariah, what did you think was kind of off? Like, what was kind of like first episode? Where were you like, what's off about this show?
So I was tuned into Sterling K. Brown's character. He was very stoic, and I don't know if that's just because I'm not used to seeing him like that. So I
Yeah.
wasn't sure. I was like, is he like a bad guy in real life? And he's playing like I'm on their side, but did he do it? Did he do it? I was a little curious. Yeah, I think that's what my first thought was, like, who is this Sterling? Or what was his name?
Last name Collins, because that's
Yeah.
our baby. Excuse me.
Who is this Collins character? Like, I want to like him because it's Sterling K. Brown, but like, he not giving me good vibes.
Right, right. For me, there were two things in the first episode that really stuck out to me. The first one is like, before you know that this is this underground world, I was like, why is this place so bright? Why are there no clouds? Why is it so? It's like they had this shining to me through the screen. Like, why was it so bright? That's my head. It was like, this looks like some euphoric society that is kind of
It kind
odd.
of is, though.
Yes. And then also there was a scene where Sterling K. Brown was just jogging right across the front of the lawn of the gate of the White House. It was a gate and he was just on a jog. And I was like, I don't care if you're the top agent in charge. If you're off duty and you're taking a jog, you're not jogging right in front of the White House like
Wait,
that. With
didn't he have his suit on at that time?
No, he was in workout clothes. This is before we knew they did
Got it.
another jog with the suit on, but he was in
Okay.
workout clothes with a gray hoodie. And I was like, why is this man just jogging in front of this bright city White House? So those are the two things where I was like, something's off.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. And so
Fair
we
enough.
meet some, and then they have the president, and I don't know who plays the president. I don't remember his name, but the president and Sterling have this weird standoff. I don't know when this happened, but they have this weird standoff. And Sterling K. Brown, you mentioned the stoic. He seems so angry with the president, but he still is so loyal to the president. And
Yes.
yeah, in my head, I'm like, why is he so mad at the president?
Yes.
And we find out later why. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just going to say that's when I couldn't figure out if it was a fake loyalty because he did seem so angry. So I was like, did he do it? Like, why?
Yeah.
Something happened.
Yeah.
And I guess my question was like, if you are so angry, like, how do you do your job in that moment? Because me, like, if I'm mad, I'm done. Like, I can't protect you. I can't take a bullet for you. Like, I don't like you. So
Done.
I don't know.
To which he had done. He had taken a bullet for him.
Literally, yes.
And I don't remember, was this before? Oh no, was this back on the real land, or was this in the underground?
Was before, because remember the guy that actually shot at them had made it to Paradise as well.
And that's tricky too.
Yes.
Okay, so here's another big question that the people want to know, especially in our community. When Sterling K. Brown found out what was going to happen, or I don't know if in that moment he knew the extent to where it was going to. I think he did. Well, yeah, because he had to have known that they were part of the team, whatever. What was the name of them that were to go to the underground world while everyone else stayed on top?
I can't remember, but yeah, I think he knew because he told his daughter, like, you need to be where the president's son is. Like, when this happens, get your brother and y'all go where the president's son is.
Yes, absolutely. So then, do we think that Sterling K. Brown should have pushed his wife more to stay? Or do you think in that moment where he was like, please just stay, she was like,
wasn't enough for me.
Thank you.
Listen, you better tell me I am not, listen, because what he did, it was like I can relate because I feel like my husband can be like that now. Like, I'm gonna miss you. Don't go.
Yes, yes.
He never told me don't go, but you know what I mean. Like the
You're right.
soft, like I'm gonna miss you, whatever, but not
Yes.
like, listen, the world about
Yes.
to end,
And I ain't playing.
and
I'm
like
telling you to
you
get
need to
your
stay. I
that's
feel
the
like it was a missed opportunity for
I
sure.
agree. And I think that's the one pass where I would give Jared the you better cuss me out or you better say I said to get your black behind back in this house. I'm fenced to flip. You got to get a
Listen,
little hood about it.
listen,
Because
because it's your
we
only
are
shot.
yes, and we are two strong-willed women to where if my husband was to come to me and say, I don't want you to leave, boy,
I would
I'll
have
be
been
back.
annoyed. I would have been like,
Yes.
okay, see you later.
Yes, right. I'll be back in 2 weeks. And the argument that I'm hearing of the people say is that she was being too strong willed and she was too aggressive. She was too.
No, see, listen, what y'all not about to do is give her that angry black woman stereotype because she wasn't even being like that. So
No,
she
she
was
was.
about her business, is what I
Yep.
got from her.
Mm,
She was doing what she always does. Whatever work or business she had outside of the home, she was going to take care of that.
right.
So I didn't get like she was being too aggressive or angry black woman or whatever they were trying to say.
Right.
But I did feel like for sure it was a missed opportunity. Like, I don't know if he couldn't tell her, but listen, as a husband and wife, you have got to have ways to tell each other stuff without telling each other stuff. A little look, a
Literally
little
that.
like something
Like I'm
like
trying, I can't tell you, but and you know your
listen.
husband is the top dog security person
Yes,
at that White House, and if
yes.
he's looking at you like I didn't say, you better read
Mm-hmm.
between the lines and say, "Oh, this is something that I just need to not question and get back in this house."
Right,
But he
because
didn't give enough energy.
give me a signal, give me a sign, a clear sign. I don't want it, the signs that the Lord be giving, they like little whispers,
Okay,
a
that we
little
be
flicker
missing.
in the night. Hit me over the head
Shut
with it.
down the world. Shut it down. Cancel the flight. These types of things.
Yeah.
So I agree. I think that he should have put a little bit more effort. Why was he trying to be so, I don't want to say nice, just like, please stay.
But then that
Your
begs the
wife.
question, did he know about I don't think he knew about all of this. Like, I don't think he knew it was going to go down like this. I think he may have thought it's going to be a seamless process. Like, they
Yes.
planned it out. They have our group together. They have ensured me that everything is going to go how it's going to go. Because a lot of that stuff he found out when he was on the plane, right? Like, all the
Yes.
ins and outs. I don't think he had any way of knowing. However,
However, but they also had a plan for her. And he thought the plan was, I see what you're saying. Got it.
yeah,
Go
so, like,
ahead.
he thought she didn't have anything to worry about, so that I think that
Right.
played into it, like, okay, she's gonna go, but they've ensured me that they have a plan to get her to where we need to
Right.
be when this happens.
And he had faith in the president. And the president broke
First
that faith
mistake.
first.
Let me back up. I asked my husband this. Do you think where you are in the world right now, your career, who you are, who you know, do you think you would have made it to paradise?
No. But I do know we would have been up here surviving. And I would have quickly found my people.
Listen, because homeboy would have came up here to look for somebody
And
he
he
would've
would have
got
left. Okay. He would have left with one leg if he needed to.
and go tell him we sent you back.
And you send this video to her. So I can tell you that. I can tell you I might not have made it to paradise, but we was gonna make it.
Period. Because no.
Because the only thing that was gonna take me out of here is the Lord Himself, and whatever He sent to take me. But if it was like in the means of surviving whatever this foolish catastrophe was, I was gonna. If there was an option to make it, I was gonna make it.
Mm-hmm.
I was, and I don't know. I don't know how. I do know that Uncle Billy would have left without it would have been in my hand.
Uncle Billy may not have made it back. I'm just gonna tell you right now, we don't know what y'all got going on over there. Y'all left us here. No, you're not about to do all that.
Right. Yeah, I probably need to bleep out that word I just said. But either way, I would have had a pew pew.
Oh,
And I'll bleep it out. But I would have had a pew pew, and we
say
would
that, but it's weird times in America.
It is weird. I think we would get like banned or something. But anywho, literally that we're not even monetized yet. Okay, so let's talk about
band.
Listen, okay, let's talk about Uncle Billy. Uncle Billy is an interesting
Uh,
character because I have a love hate. Uncle
yeah.
Billy just had a rough life growing up and he just made bad decisions, but he had
He
a good heart.
did. So I wasn't feeling him at first. So at first I was like, oh, he's harmless. And then I started to feel like, nah, he got it out for Collins. Like
Yes.
he's a bad guy. But then I was like, it's really her. It's not
Yes.
Uncle Billy. It's her. But
Psycho.
this goes back to communication. I don't feel like he communicated very well. You know, you and I have talked about this before. When we send a message, it may be a 3-part message, but we're going to address every part. I
Yeah.
don't feel like Billy addressed Collins's concerns in his message when he was like, I'll tell you later, or I'll talk to you tomorrow, or he was like, not home or something. He lied about something, and Collins knew that he was at his house and he saw him. I
Yeah.
feel like Billy should have been a better communicator. He should have
Mhm.
been like, I feel like there was a way for him to do it discreetly. Like, bro, we're
Right.
good. There's some crazy stuff going on. I'm going to fill you in, but just know that we are good.
Right.
But I don't
Right.
know. He didn't send the right message to me. So then he was looking
Mm-mm.
real suspect. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. His episode, I think, was probably my second most emotional episode just because
Yes.
I know with my field of work, I know how trauma affects
Mhm.
children and how children grow up to be certain ways.
Yes.
And I think Billy went down the path of what, is expected. But this weird switch of being pulled from being an assassin to
Mhm.
working as a pew-pewer for the higher ups,
Mhm.
I think this switch gave him some type of feeling of purpose, but the purpose was
Yes.
kind of odd. The purpose was off.
Yeah.
And that let me know that deep down Billy had a good heart. And I
Yeah.
think his trauma trumped his good heart. But then meeting Collins, Agent Collins, and forming
Mhm.
relationships with Collins' children and
Yes.
family, that good
Mhm.
heart started to show. What do you
Yeah.
think his relationship with psychopath? What's her name? Anna? She gives
I don't
Anna.
know if it's Anna.
Sarah
She
and
gives a Sarah. She gives a Sarah for sure.
yeah, I don't know her name, but we're gonna call her Psychopath. His relationship with Psychopath, I think it was genuine, and I think he was really in love with this psychopath.
Yeah.
And his big heart was winning in that moment, I think.
Yeah. I think everybody needs love, right?
Yeah.
Even the psychopaths, obviously. So I think I don't want to say let his guard down because I don't think he had a guard up at that point once they got to paradise. I think he just knew like what his role was. But with her, I think he trusted her. And even I think she played a role. You can kind of see the switch in her character from the beginning to how she was in his episode. Because in the beginning, you felt like she was like this kind of like feeble, scared, like meek kind of agent, I guess. But then by the time his episode came, I don't know. I started getting suspicions. Like she started like shifting.
The eyes. Her eyes started being a little bit more tense.
Yeah. So I think he did genuinely love her or care about her or trust her. Maybe it was trust. I think that he knew some of what her background was, especially since I can't say since they were both agents because Collins was also an agent. But I have a feeling that he knew some of her background, which is why they kind of connected. But I don't think he knew all of her background. So I think when you meet somebody who's also shared your kind of trauma or like understands, you do let your guard down a little bit and you let them in a little more because you feel like, oh, they're like me or they can relate to me. So I don't know, but he got when
Yes, he did. And out of the blue, I knew it when she was sitting at that table looking crazy. I knew it.
When she did that, I have never liked somebody more or have never not liked somebody more. Yeah, disliked. I can't.
Yes.
I have never disliked anybody more than I disliked her in that moment.
Right. And I mean audibly, Jared and I sitting on that couch downstairs audibly let out the biggest gasp that I think I've gasped. The biggest gasp I gasped.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Because it was so like I knew something was fishy, but when she said that line, you told her to send her biggest bleep 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 bleep. I said, I will.
I was like, pick on somebody your own size.
Here's another thing with those two. When they told the people that they turned the cameras off to play Wii. Did you believe that?
I did, but I also thought it was like a cop-out. Like, okay, y'all play Wii, but like, what else were y'all doing?
I did not think they were playing those video games at all. I thought they were doing
Until you saw her on the last episode and you were like, yes, definite psychopath.
Listen that. And so I thought they were turning the cameras off to get it on in the back.
So
I did not. I was like, they're not. That's not true.
That's what I meant by what else were y'all doing? Like, yes, y'all were playing Wii probably for the story, but like something else was happening too. Or apparently, y'all was like stealing some money or something. I don't know. That's
right. I did not believe it, but apparently a lot of people were like, yeah, they turn the cameras off to play the games. What? When and why?
Like in real life? Like agents in real life?
Well, yeah, because we know that that was true because she was playing that Wii.
Yeah.
And we don't know why she was hitting that paddle, hitting that ping pong and Wii.
Because she's crazy.
And absolutely, I'm interested in seeing her story unfold and how psychopathic she is. Okay, so moving on past the Billy episode, what happened after that? We got more of what's the black lady, the black agent's name?
We got her name. How do we feel about her though? What is happening?
I trust her right now. At the end of the season, I think I trust her.
Okay.
I did not trust her in the beginning.
Yeah.
I did not. First of all, I don't like I'm not
when they
good.
turn
I'm not
on
saying,
each other. When we turn on each other.
No, I just don't like I don't like her facial expressions. I don't like the look. It seemed like you said, her shifty, like Anna, or I don't whatever the psychopath's name
Anna
is.
She
seemed like shifty like that in the beginning to me. And so I was like, just because skin folk ain't always kinfolk.
I did very much get that vibe from her. Like, okay, she looks like Collins, but she's not like Collins.
Literally that.
But then I started to feel different as time went on. At first, I didn't trust her either. I was like, she gonna try to pin it on him. She gonna try to take him out of here. But
I think when she successfully completed the pew pew mission, getting the pew pews out, I was like, okay, she's not playing no games. Let's get it. Yes. And let's see where it goes. So I'm rocking with her. If she rocking with us.
I feel like Collins is going to need her to take out Sinatra. And I don't know in what capacity. I'm not saying she'll be the one to actually do it or if anybody will do it. But I also don't like Sinatra. Sinatra is everything that I could not like about a person.
Literally that. I have no sympathy. I have no empathy. I have not a feeling in my soul for Sinatra. I understand you went through a traumatic event. That doesn't mean you get to be the biggest walking this earth. You let that ego go to your head. Ooh. You think you are the baddest thing. Oh.
And she a bald head scallywag. Ain't got no hair in the back. Remember, she ain't had no hair.
In the back.
How you gonna be doing all that looking like that?
Looking like that. He didn't already clowned you. Just take your L. But no, you wanna just shake the table. Now, I did think that Sinatra was our person. I did think that she was behind it.
Yeah,
I thought that all the way until we got the real answer.
So I thought that, but then I was also like, that's too predictable. Like that would be way too predictable. That's what Jared was saying. So I feel like maybe she had something to do with it. But I really didn't like Sinatra when she got the girl involved, the daughter, because I don't know if it's because I have a daughter. But let me tell you, that's when I was like, I'm done with her forever. There's nothing she can do to redeem herself. Because even though she was like, don't hurt the girl or whatever she did, like, that ain't what you said in the beginning. Like, you
and it could have
literally going to kill his daughter or have his daughter killed.
Yeah. No. It could have gone south.
Kids are off limits, I feel like. And she had no problem, like, leveraging the fact that he had something to lose in his kid, I guess. After she lost the kid.
I was just about to say, after she has gone through what she's gone through, was it a little bit of envy? Like, oh, you still have but she also had a daughter still living.
She did have a daughter. I think she doesn't have a heart. Like,
no.
Even her interactions with her daughter, and is that her husband or is that her living baby daddy? Like,
I don't know.
the way she shows affection or doesn't, I don't
Mhm.
know what it is. It's weird. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know if she ever recovered from that loss, and it's a lot. I don't like
Right.
her.
Right.
Least favorite character.
Right. What do we think about the therapist?
I have mixed feelings. So
Mhm.
I thought I liked the therapist, then there was times I thought I didn't. So when she first was like, "Say yes" on her hand, I was like, "Okay, we got an ally." But
Right.
then she tipped off Sinatra when they could have been done with the mission. So
Mhm.
I'm not really sure what her purpose is yet. Like,
Yeah, same. And I don't know why. I know that these are her clients, and she probably cares for all
girl,
of her
this is
clients. And
paradise. It's not the real world. Rules out
literally
the
that.
window.
Literally. And like, why are you so loyal to Sinatra?
Yes,
Get your
Sinatra must
it's
have
time.
something on her.
I think so, because if it's time to put the feelings out the window, Sinatra is crazy. You move on.
Literally.
Or she knows that Sinatra is as crazy as she is, and she wants to keep her in with Sinatra.
Yeah, I think she may be afraid, and, I don't know what's going on in season 2, but she might be a casualty.
Listen, and I probably wouldn't blink twice. I'd be like, sometimes you got to get him out of here.
Yep.
Let's talk about the most emotional thing that I probably have watched outside of my own, emotional episodes that I've watched on TV.
What?
That scene of the process of him losing that I think it's the episode where they're getting on the plane. The episode where
Ah,
they get on the plane, the process of him losing his wife, that's Sterling K. Brown acting his behind off. The emotion, I mean, I cried like a baby.
tears
I
falling.
I was that emoji with just straight rivers.
Yes.
I
'Cause
was
can you
so,
imagine? Can you imagine?
and you got to stay strong for your two kids that made it on that plane that are sitting right there in front of you. And you
Literally.
know that your wife is going through this. Even the part in the White House on land when that big wave hit that reporter in that building and knocked it all out and they went missing, and then the chaos started with the people realizing that this is real and we're not going to make the
Yes.
custodian, the president with the custodian. I
What
was like,
about, I don't know if she was a secretary or what, but she had a kid and she
her
was like,
son
all the feels. Like, I
lost it.
always have so much sympathy and empathy for the moms because I'm just
Yeah.
like, what the heck?
Couldn't imagine. Yeah, I might as well have been in the Oval Office too and not be
Listen,
making it to
the
paradise.
anxiety. I was like, "Oh, and what's happening now? And where's the plane?"
Yes.
And
Yes. And in that moment, the president kind of pulled on my heartstrings a little because
with his
he,
speech.
well, just refusing to let these people go out thinking that everything was going to be fine.
Yeah.
He just a tad bit it was like the Grinch. Like just a bit he pulled on my heartstrings and was like, he does have a little bit of a heart in there.
No,
He
I
just
think for sure he did. I think
mhm.
it was one of those things where, like, I can't save everybody. I know
Yeah.
I'm gonna be saved and I can save my family, but the least I can do is inform the people.
Right.
And I think that takes a lot of heart, takes a lot of guts, especially in a position like that. I feel like he was groomed to be in that position, and I think it was big of him and kind of risky to do that.
Yeah. Very much so, because he was like, I told y'all I'm finna do this. Get out my face. That
Mhm.
his was it his VP? I don't know who that old man was, but that man was like not having it. And that president was like, oh, we having it. We
Right.
have turn the cameras on right now. I got something to
Mhm.
say.
Yeah.
So that was one point where I was like, oh, okay, he he just was groomed to
Mhm.
be this heartless politician, but deep down he probably just wants to be a kid playing baseball.
Yeah. I feel like he showed us his heart throughout, though. I think he
Yeah.
just didn't have he wasn't very gutsy. Like,
Right.
he had a heart, but I also feel like he wasn't willing to stand up to even his dad, like the person
Yep.
who basically had control over him or control over his path that he took in life. He didn't really have a lot of guts. I could see the
Right.
heart was there, but sometimes you got to have heart and guts, or it
Right.
doesn't matter. So, how do we
That's right.
feel about his son? Because since like what, the second to last episode, he's been rallying the people.
Yes.
And I
Yeah.
think the last scene we saw of him, he was still rallying the people while
Yeah.
all of this was going on. So, what do we think?
I think I think that he had an awakening. I think that he was also groomed to think this certain thing about his dad. And his dad, I don't know if his dad tried hard enough to break that barrier between him and his son, even though he probably obviously wanted to. And so I think the son is having this awakening just too late. His dad's gone. But
Yeah.
now he's like, but he's also not just about his dad, but in general, like they told us he died of, well, what is he letting the people know of? The findings on Earth, not
Right,
even just
yeah,
his
that's what I
dad.
mean, like, what do we
Oh,
think about that? Because, like, he is out there telling the people all the things.
yeah, I think he is supposed to be in this show to be the opposite of his dad. Like the rebel, the Democrat, if you will. The liberal thinking person that is like, I'm finna tell it all. So if we're
Right,
gonna talk about it, tell it all. We're not
right,
covering any secrets anymore. We're
yeah,
not doing these lies. I've been lied to enough.
mhm,
I'm finna let y'all have it. And I think that's where he's headed. And I think the daughter is gonna join him eventually. Sterling Brown's daughter.
yes. Do we feel like what is this girl name? Sarah Kate?
It's giving Anna.
And maybe it probably is Anna. Anyway, do we feel like Sinatra, knowing what we know now, she kinda, like, had the opportunity to take her out, but she didn't. Do we feel like Sinatra still has the control? Like, can she even control her?
Mm-mm. I think
She
she's
seems like a
scared of
loose
her.
cannon to me.
Yeah, I think Sinatra is scared of this girl.
Yeah, she seems dangerous to me and
Absolutely. Absolutely.
scary, and honestly, if I was Sinatra, I would turn my efforts to eliminate her next
Literally that.
because she got you laying in the hospital bed, ma'am.
Yep, and clearly does not care what you. She gave you your instructions. Not Sinatra, the other girl gave
Mhm.
Sinatra those instructions, and she's fully expecting whatever she said to. I forget exactly what it was. Where she hung up in Sinatra's face. That's what it was,
Mm,
and that was kind of like a slap in the face to Sinatra. Like
mhm.
you're not in complete control.
Yeah.
And I want to know what is okay. I guess we can wrap up our conversation because we're getting pretty long. But my two
There's so
questions.
much to talk about. We haven't even
I
scratched the
know.
surface.
Not even two questions. My
Mhm.
first question is, what do we think the storyline for Anna will be? And then my second question is, what are our thoughts on his wife? Whether you can go take it wherever you want. How do you think she's going to get back? We know she's alive. Tell me what you think.
Okay, Anna. Anna's giving left on a doorstep.
Mm.
In and out of foster care, lots of fighting in foster care. She's getting bullied at school. That's what I get from Anna. But I could
Yeah.
also get rich girl who had it all, but parents didn't have time for her, raised by a nanny. Something happened and she just rebelled and then she just kept going down this bad path.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
think?
I agree. And I think that I think it's giving boarding school. It's
Yes.
giving, more on the rich side, but was sent to boarding school.
Do
And then some
you see
type of
that,
military.
show on Netflix? My gosh, what is it called? It's basically like parents will call these people on you. They
Oh,
come
yes.
scoop you up in the middle of the night. You go to this school, and it's basically like, to me, it's like
Yeah.
jail
Yes, it
because
was a
what is it
celebrity had it.
called?
Paris
Paris,
Hilton.
yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
basically, you have to earn these points, but it's like an impossible system. Like you earn points to like have a day to go outside or like
Mm-mm.
crazy stuff. And then you lose points by like smiling or talking to your friend in the hallway. So it's like this tier system. Sorry, I'm hitting
Insane.
this
It's
tier
okay.
system that you can never actually win. It's like a game that you can't win. But that's what I get from her. Like she rich
Yes.
and was sent somewhere like that,
Yeah.
rebelled, and now she hates the world.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So I'm so interested in seeing her story unfold
Mhm.
in the next season. What do we think about Mama Collins?
So I'm torn. I don't even know if Collins wants to stay in paradise. It doesn't seem like he's happy there. And I can't tell if it's because his wife is not there and he's just jaded and just angry at the world and just kind of doing what he has to do for his kids. But now that all this has happened, it's almost like can he even stay there? Like, if he got
Right.
her or got her, brought her back, like, what does that look like for them, for their family? I don't see it for him.
He's headed out on the last episode.
Yes, but he doesn't have his kids, so he ain't gonna stay out.
That's true.
So maybe he's
I don't
going to
know.
get her, or maybe he's going to formulate his own paradise on Earth or
Right.
something. I know he has a plan. I think his first mission is finding his wife. I think she's alive.
Absolutely.
You know how they say you can just like feel, I've never experienced this, but like I feel like he is alluding to the fact that he can feel her, like he feels that she's alive.
Absolutely.
So I feel like she's alive. He may not be going to necessarily get her and bring her back, but I feel like he's going to find her.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, I think that we didn't talk about the killer. We didn't even touch the surface of that.
I mean,
And
a
that is
little
so
bit. We said
deep.
he got in there. There
Yeah,
was a
but just
lot.
yeah.
Can I ask you, do we think the killer was romantically
Oh,
interested in
absolutely.
that guy?
Absolutely.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I was picking up the right vibes, but I was like, this
Yeah.
is not strange, but just like for him to be like just like an overseer, to be like, oh my God, like so concerned. I was like, he
Right.
really cares about this person.
Yeah, and they set it up as it being like a romantic thing flourishing. So
Did I miss that? Was it reciprocated though?
I don't think so. I
Okay,
think
that's
that
what I was
man was just
thinking,
trying to
like,
live his life.
oh, you mean like flourishing on his side only.
Right.
Okay, yeah, because I was like, I did not pick up on that. But yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Like, it was definitely like some
Odd.
concern there.
Yes. And I was like, where are we going with this? But then eventually I realized, like, I see where we're going with this. And I realized that he would, but what do we think about, like, killing someone is never the answer. Okay. But I think he had misdirected anger.
Yeah, and honestly,
I can
he took the wrong
understand.
person out.
Took the wrong one. Okay.
Like the president was just the vessel. He was just the voice. It wasn't him. He probably didn't even want to go to paradise, to be honest.
Listen, clearly he probably was like, I wish I could stay up here with y'all. To be
Right.
honest. Let's end it all. But I can sympathize with him. I just don't agree with how he went about doing it. And so there's that.
It's also one of those things when you feel like powerless. What do you do?
You snap. But did he snap because he was worried about all the lives that were lost, or do we think he snapped because he was upset about the love of his life being lost?
It was definitely a love thing. He didn't seem too concerned about the other lives that were lost.
Right.
I feel like he could have gone about it in a different way. And it goes back to that communication thing. Like, I think he tried to tell him, but did he make it clear? Like, I don't know. And then it's also one of those things that was that man's livelihood. So maybe for him, like, I hear what you're saying, but I got to do it anyway. Like, I got to take the risk because I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with that. Man, Paradise is so good. I'm so excited for season 2 to come
I feel
out.
like I can't even do it justice. Like, there's so many things that need to be unpacked, and just like, that was just a brief overview, guys. So
brief, and this,
very
I
brief.
think Paradise is always going to have a special place in my heart. And this is so dumb, but like I said, I don't get into TV shows or movies. Jared is a huge movie buff, a huge just TV entertainment. And I think this is the very first episode that both of us, we were excited to watch it every time it dropped together in our marriage. The first time we had a show that we watched that we both were like super into and super excited. So that is something that I enjoyed, and I hope we can find more shows like that. But yeah, and shout out to Sterling.
Yeah,
I'm obsessed.
Sterling, you did an amazing job. I know you are never going to see this. However, I just want you to know. You did an amazing job. We love to see it, and we cannot wait for season 2.
Cannot wait.
You're such a well-rounded actor. Let's just put
very
that
much
out
so, because he acted his butt off in Honk for
He was
Jesus
in his
too.
bag.
Yeah, so he's a great actor, and I'm excited to see what they do with season 2.
Yes.
All right, sister, take it away.
All right. Oh, that was such like, I have so many things to say. But anyway, we are going to jump on this wellness wave. Y'all see what I did there?
Period.
That's our new wellness segment. It's kind of a little play off of What Have You Done For Me Lately, if you've watched before, but it's going to be all kinds of things. I think this gives us a little more variety. But today's wellness wave is a wave that I was influenced to get on, actually. So I really like the Friend Zone podcast. I like listening, and they are my faves. But anyway,
Literally.
so they do like Black Business of the Week, they do wellness and all the things. I think this was a Black Business of the Week, if I'm not mistaken. It was within the past few weeks or so. But it's not a lip gloss. It's like what do you call it? A lip balm. I was gonna
Oil.
say chapstick, but I feel like only old people say
Please don't say It's like a
chapstick.
lip.
Get your
It's like a
chapstick.
lip.
So when I first heard about it, I was like, oh, yes, I am going to try it. I feel like I have found a lip balm that I really like. It's the Aquaphor brand.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's very like Aquaphor is very commercial. So when I heard about this, I was like, oh, it's like Black and brown woman owned. Like, yes, I want to give it a try. I think it was like $22 per tube, but I don't really care. Like, I like to support. So it's
Yeah.
called Edem. It's Eadem, and I brought it so you guys could see it. And so I
The
didn't spell it wrong.
packaging is fire.
Yes. And okay, so it's a lip softening balm. This is about almost half an ounce, but look how cute the little thing is
The
to spread it.
applicator.
Yes, it's so cute, and it almost gives you
Mhm.
like this cooling feeling when you do it.
Yeah, I was about to say it looks like a cooling agent type thing.
Yes, so I really like it. At first when I put it on, I was a little worried that it was gonna be sticky because I do
Yeah,
not like a
hate
sticky
it.
balm. Because 'cause I'm like, I feel like that defeats the purpose if it's sticky. Like, I need
Mhm.
it to be like moisturizing and, like,
Mhm.
absorbable, I think. But
Mhm.
it's not overly sticky. It's not really sticky at all. I thought it was gonna be when I first put it on, but it's not. It's not as lightweight as some other brands that I use, like Aquaphor or even like the Chapstick brand. That
Mhm.
one
Mhm.
gives more like lightweight, greasy. This one is more of it's like in between a gloss and a balm. So it's a little thicker, I would say,
Yeah.
but not sticky at all. It feels really good on my lips. Sometimes I apply it maybe twice a day just because I really don't like my lips to be like dry. But I
Mhm.
feel like a little bit goes a long way. I feel like this tube will last me a while.
Yeah.
So that is what I'm doing for the wellness wave this week
How
because
much was it, sister?
it was $22, I think.
Oh, it's worth it, I
22
think.
plus shipping, I think.
Yeah. I
Yes,
think it's
don't
worth
quote
it.
me
I
on
like that.
but something like that. And they have
Yeah.
different tints and different colors. That is one thing that I don't like to buy online though, is like a tinted lip gloss or a lipstick because everything doesn't look good against all skin tones, in my opinion. Like if it's something that I'm doing for like everyday wear, I don't want like a random brown and like the rest of my
Yeah.
face is not made up. But if you're somebody who likes a little tint, they do have options. And then they do have like a variety pack. I think you can buy like 4 or 5 together in a bundle.
Yeah.
So check them out. Apparently, they sell it online, is what I heard on the Friend Zone. Like when I say online, not their website. They do sell it on their website, but also I think you can get it on Amazon. But Fran on the Friend Zone was saying that she is like hesitant to buy brands off of Amazon because sometimes you get like duped or it's like not the real thing.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I would encourage you to go directly to the site, just Google EADEM lip balm, and I'm sure it'll take you right there.
Love that. I'm
Because to be
ordering.
well, your lips can't be dry. If you want to be well, moisturize your lips. All right, y'all
I
catch that
am
wave
not
now.
doing this. I'm dead. Well, thank you, sister. I'm gonna go order that when we get off of here because I'm looking for. Brittany gave us a really good lip balm that in our bridal shower bags,
Ooh.
but I think it fell out of my purse. I'm so
Girl,
sad. I'm
what was
so
it
sad.
called?
I forget the name. So, Brittany, if you're watching this,
Tired.
please put in the comments so I can order another one. And it was just last week that I realized that it was color. It was a color. I thought it was clear, but anywho,
Was tinted.
yeah. So now I need another one, and I'm gonna go order this one that you talked about. So shout out to
Brittany,
them.
please leave us a comment and tell the girlies and the guysies what that lip balm was.
And we're ordering this EA. What is it?
EADEM.
Period.
I'm assuming
I
you
love
say
it.
Edom, but yes.
Edom. Love it. All right, guys. It's time for the feed frenzy.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I had a story that I wanted to talk about, but it takes a lot of time to get into the nitty gritty of it. I just want to mention that on TikTok, this thing is going viral where this man proposed to his girlfriend at a Tyler the Creator concert. And it came out that he had like a wife that he was still married to, 2 exes that he had done so wrong. And one of his exes, her name is Millie on TikTok. She has given like a 54. I really need to go catch up because yesterday she was at 54 parts. Today she might be at 56, 57, 58
Wait
parts.
a minute. If I have that many parts to say about somebody,
let me tell you,
that's too much.
Cleaned my whole house. She has a baby by him. So 58 parts of mayhem. So I want y'all to go watch it. We can circle back to that. But that's all I wanted to talk about the feed frenzy. I do want to talk about, I watched the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I just started it and I got caught up. We brought Portia back this season. It's a good little storyline going on. So I love that. And I don't think there's anything else. I haven't spent a lot of time on the feed this week because work is working. But
work is making us work.
Yes, my plan was to go deep into the story of Millie on TikTok, but I think we're going to do that in another episode just because I don't have the capacity to talk about it today.
We tired.
Tired. So yeah, y'all be looking out on the feed frenzy. And if you want me to discuss something that is going like viral or something that's big in the pop culture world, let me know. Chris Brown is going on tour. The girlies are excited. I am not worried about it.
I saw somebody's receipt or like their cart that they were about to check out. It was almost $1,000 for one ticket. Like ticket plus fees plus whatever.
Right. I can't talk because I did the same for Beyonce, but the girlies love Chris Brown and the people are going to the concert. They are buying it up. And so if you got your tickets,
listen, I support it. If you can afford it, do whatever you want to do. No judgment here. I thought I was going to marry Chris Brown at some point.
I'm crying.
Yeah, I was in like 8th grade. I think we have the same birthday. And I just knew, I was like, I haven't had my glow up yet, but he is going to wait for me.
I never really liked Chris Brown. I was never like Chris Brown. So no.
Hey, you know what? I don't like a light skinned man.
I was not interested in that.
As an adult or as an older teenager, I can't. This is just like a little lighthearted joke. But like, I think I'm a little light skinned, but I can't even see a light skinned man.
I'm not doing this right now with you. I'm
just
not.
Playing. That's a joke.
It's a joke. We love all of our black men.
Yes, black kings, we love you. Especially I love my black king.
Dead. Same here. My black king, not your black king. My black king.
Like I love your black king as my brother.
Same. Shout out to you, Austin.
Anyway,
but yeah, that's my feed frenzy. Okay, let's move past it. Yeah, that's the feed frenzy for this week. I'll come back. Since we talked so much about Paradise, I felt like that was a good feed frenzy segment. Basically, the whole show was a feed frenzy. So that's it.
I'm going to go around with one of those buttons. Like, I just want it attached to my phone where I can just hit the button and it'll go, burr, 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 burr. Like, I need it for like multiple times in my life.
I need a sound effects button, too, because I am very animated. Yes. And so I feel like the sound effects will just give the oomph that my animation needs in life.
Research where we can get one of those.
I
only want the
walk around.
Like, somebody leave a comment if you know where I can get that. I can download an app, a DJ app.
I'm screaming. GarageBand, I think, has it.
Say less.
I'm dead. Anywho, as we wrap up this week's episode, Mariah, any last words?
No.
Not last. That was horrible. Not last words. I don't like
I'm glad I said no then, because you're trying to last words us.
No. Any words for the ending of this podcast?
No. We are so excited to be back. So excited to talk to y'all. Make sure y'all follow us collectively at the Sister Series on all our socials. What is it? Yeah. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And then you can follow me as well on Instagram and TikTok. I think that's all I have. It's Mariah, MARIAHA, DeLeon, DAYLEON. No spaces, no nothing. And then what about you, Elise? Where can the people follow you?
You can follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Elise is me, ALYSSE SISME. And also, if you have anything that you want to let us know or you want to work with us, collab with us, you can email us at sisterseriespodcast@gmail.com.
Yes. And don't forget about the listener letter, guys. We are going to bring those back too once we get some listeners that send us letters. You can DM us a question, a thought, a comment, and then you can also send it to our Gmail?
Yeah.
Sisterseriespodcast
at gmail.com.
Or like I said, just send it to our DMs.
Yeah.
But also, let's be for real. Y'all just text it to us because we know.
Literally
who's
that.
listening.
We
Y'all
know
got
who
our
you
phone
are.
numbers.
We might not know. This might be our week to blow up on the TikToks.
It's what if Sterling K. Brown or Chris Brown?
Okay, see, they're like, let me give him tickets. I wouldn't go, but I'd give it to somebody else. I'm not interested in that.
I'm not a concert girly. We're not even going to get into it.
I would give them away. I'd sell them. Yes. But with that, y'all, thank you so much for watching. And that's it.
Yeah, that's all we got. See y'all next time.
Toodles.
Bye. Thank you so much for watching our podcast. This episode and every episode is produced by Elise and Mariah.
Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, where you can watch our full episode at the Sister Series Podcast.
Also, follow us on socials, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at Sister Series Podcast.
See you next time.